Now the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Now I am starting books of primary entry and books of secondary entry. Double entry system. We have already completed this topic, double entry system. Now, after recording the transaction in the general book, so in the general book, we will pass the journal entry. We will pass the general entry. Okay. And how to pass the journal entry? So we have to prepare one of the book. This is called general book. And the total 5 column is there. Number first is date. Number second is particulars. Number third is the ledger folio number. And the debit amount and the credit amount. We have already passed some of the entries in the last class. So now what is ledger folio number? We have already discussed. Suppose we pass the entry purchase account debit to cash. So after passing the entry in the general book, now we have to prepare the ledger. So in the ledger book, in one page on the which folio number of the ledger, now we will pass the entry of purchase and cash. So this is the importance of ledger folio number. If you want to check whether you have passed the entry on the particular page number or not, then directly you can identify. Just open the page number 10, 15, 20 of the ledger. Then you can find out if this entry we have already passed in the ledger or not. Okay. So this system data we have already done in the last class. Now, but type of books now we will prepare. First book is a primary entry book, and the second is a subsidiary book. In the primary entry book or in the primary book, this is called the general book, and we will use to pass the journal entry. Every transaction day by first we will record in the general book, and after passing the entry, now we will record the subsidiary book. Now, what is a subsidiary book? But before starting the subsidiary book, I am first explain here what is ledger and how to prepare the ledger and what is the importance to prepare the ledger. Okay. First, we will discuss here ledger. Ledger hai kya beta? You can say in very easy term, ledger is a summary of और कह सकते हैं ledger book is a summary of all the transaction in a particular account. So ledger is a summary book. If you want to check how much total balance of purchase, how much total balance of sale, how much total balance of electricity expenses, how much total balance of telephone expenses, how much total balance of salary. Then how you can check? So just open the purchase account or the purchase ledger, sales ledger, electricity bill ledger, telephone bill ledger. Then you can check how much expenditure we have incurred during the financial year for the particular purpose. So ledger is a summary, ठीक है, of transaction. Summary, we can say that total details of the purchase, sales, and all the expenditure and all that. Now, how to prepare the ledger? How to prepare the ledger? First, what is the format of ledger? Then we will discuss how to prepare the ledger. The ledger is divided into two parts: debit side part and credit side part. Ledger divided into two parts. Number first is the debit side, or number second is the credit side. And all the side again have the four column. All the side have the four column. Number first column, date. Then particulars, then general folio number, then amount. Date, particular, GF number. Well, you can also find from the ledger that this entry is recorded in the general book on the particular page number. So this is the format of ledger. Now, how to prepare the ledger? We have to prepare the ledger of each and every element of accounting. Each and every accounts, either related to personal account, real account, nominal account, or all type of accounts. And every type of nature of account हमें क्या निकाल बनाना पड़ेगा? Ledger. Just read the statement carefully and check how to prepare the ledger. Just example. The first entry is cash account debit to capital. Rupees 1 lakh. This is the first entry. First entry क्या है? कि Mr. X contribute the money in the business. Mr. X contribute the money in the business. Whenever the owner, proprietor, or partner contribute the money in the business, so this is called capital. So entry is cash account debit to capital. After recording the entry in the general book, now we will create the ledger. And we have to create the ledger of cash and capital. Then first prepare the cash ledger. So now I am preparing first cash account. And the second ledger we will prepare regarding the capital. All the account is divided into two part. This part, debit side and credit side. All the ledger, all the divided into two part. Number first debit, number second is credit. Now, how to pass the entry? First, we will prepare the cash account, and second is capital account. Since the cash given in the debit side, so down the date here,
फिर शायद तब भी बोली थी कि अंदर ले लो फिर
Can somebody mute it, please? It's getting
to
disturbed.
the debit side,
Hello. Can somebody mute it? It's getting disturbed.
with the name of the another side of the general entry. क्या लिखेंगे? Capital in the amount column 1 lakh.
Excuse me, somebody is disturbing this. Please mute it down.
Kindly mute yourself, please. Now we will prepare the ledger of the capital. To create the capital ledger, in capital given in the credit
Sir,
side.
it is not, sir, you are not audible, sir. Clearly, sir. Please ask somebody is disturbing.
Just wait a minute. Okay. Wait.
Ma'am, Aarti, ma'am. I think Mrs. Aarti. Please mute it down.
Aarti ji, please mute yourself.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm requesting to you all please mute yourself, please. Okay. Now, how to prepare the capital account? In the general entry, capital given in the credit side. Suppose in the credit side with the opposite name. So first we will write down the date here, or यहाँ लिखेंगे बेटा buy cash. How much? Rupees 1 lakh. Suppose next entry. Purchase goods worth rupees 8,000. So general entry is purchase account debit to cash. Now we need to prepare the purchase ledger and the cash ledger. And we have already created two ledger. Number first is the capital, number second is the cash. So now in that case, we need to create only one ledger, which is purchase ledger, because cash ledger we have already created. I am leaving the general folio number and the ledger folio number. Okay, so just 3 column, date, particular, and amount. Now the purchase given in the debit side. So this is the debit side of the ledger and this is the credit side of the ledger. So transferred in the debit side in purchase account with the name of the another side. यहाँ लिखेंगे बेटे, write down the date here. ये क्या लिखेंगे यहाँ पर? To cash. How much? 8,000. And entry is purchase account debit to cash, and the cash given in the credit side. We have already created the cash account. So first write down the date here. तो यहाँ क्या लिखेंगे बेटा? Buy. In the debit side to and the credit side buy. Or in the cash account, we record the entry with the opposite side name. And opposite side name is purchase. In the cash account, cash given in the credit side. So we have to post it in the credit side in the cash account with the opposite side name. And the amount is kitna? 8,000. After recording this transaction, you can now check how much the total balance of cash. Opening balance of cash पहले कितना था आपके पास cash 1 lakh. Out of 1 lakh, we have spent 8,000 for purchase of goods. That means the cash balance is rupees only 92,000. Suppose one more entry. क्या हो गया? Suppose next entries. Cash sales. Rupees 9,000. So what will be the entry? Cash account debit to sales. How much? 9,000. After recording the day-to-day wise entry, now we will prepare the ledger. Okay, ledger means a statement of each and every or the individual account. Now, how to post? How to prepare the ledger? Cash account debit. So recording in the debit side in cash account with the opposite side name. With the opposite side name. Wait a minute only. Extremely sorry. Now we have to prepare, Hanabi, we have to post it or the in the cash or sales. Now check. Now open the cash account. This is the cash account. In this case, cash given in the debit side. So post in the debit side in the cash account with the opposite side name. So बेटे यहाँ क्या लिखेंगे? Write down the date here and to sales. How much? 9,000. To sales, how much? 9,000. Now check. Sales account given in the sales account is in credit side. But we hadn't opened the sales account. We have already created the cash account, capital account, purchase account. Now we need to here क्या भाई? Create sales account. क्या ओपन करेंगे? Sales account. ऐसे बनता ना बेटा? This is the date, particular, and amount. This is the debit side and this is the credit side. Now check. Sales given in the credit side. So now we will transfer in the credit side and away in the sales ledger with the opposite side name. So write down the date here. यहाँ क्या लिखेंगे बेटा? Buy cash. How much? 9,000. One more entry. Just example. Goods sale to Ravi. For rupees 15,000. Goods sale to Ravi. Now first we have to pass the journal entry in the general book. So this is a credit sales, not cash sales, because goods sold to Ravi. So goods is the real account, Ravi is the personal account. So what is the rule of the real account or personal account? Rule of the personal account, debit the receiver and credit the giver. Whenever you sold the goods, so Ravi is the receiver and goods of the real account. Rules of the real account, debit but comes in and credit but goes out. At the time of sale, the goods is coming out from your business premises. So entry will be Ravi account debit, debit the receiver is the Ravi, and two, sales, because goods is going out from your business. Suppose this is the entry. Now, beta, first we need to open the Ravi account. So how to prepare the Ravi account? First, write down the name of the ledger. And the ledger is divided into 4 categories. Number first is a date. Number second is particular. Number third is general folio. Number fourth is amount. Date, particular, amount. ये बन जाएगा छोटा सा. In the Rabi balance says Rabi is debit. So post the entry in the debit side of किसके account में? In the account of Rabi with the name of the opposite side. So first write down the date here. यहाँ क्या लिखेंगे? To sales, how much? 50,000. ठीक है. Now we need to post such entry in the credit ledger. So with the sales account we have already created. So no need to create again. All type of sales entry we will pass under the sales ledger. All type of cash entry we will pass under the cash ledger. Once we open the ledger, so now no need to open or create the new ledger with the same name again and again. We will record all the transactions related to the particular ledger in the one ledger. So sales given in the credit side. So post such entry of sales in the ledger of sales in which side? Credit side with the opposite side name. तो क्या लिखेंगे यहाँ पर? By Ravi. ठीक है. Purchase balance debit, sales balance credit, assets balance debit, liability balance credit, income balance credit or expenses balance debit. Just learn all the basics knowledge, basic concept of accounting. Suppose I'm going to prepare one more entry. Purchase machinery. Machinery purchase for rupees 10,000. ठीक है ना? And pay in cash. Because here the amount is only rupees up to 10,000 and up to 10,000 you can pay in form of cash. Once your payment is more than rupees 10,000, so you never made the payment is exceeding rupees 10,000 in form of cash. So what will be the entry? Entry banegi beta machinery account debit. Machinery account debit to cash. How much? 10,000. First, we need to prepare the machinery account. How to prepare machinery account? ये क्या भाई? Date, particular amount. Date, particular amount. The machinery given in the debit side. to pose the entry in the debit side in the account of machinery with the opposite side name. Suppose the date is the 24th of October 2024. ठीक है, यहाँ क्या लिखेंगे डेट बेटा? 24 October 2024. To cash how much? 10,000. Now post such entry in the credit ledger. Sorry, in the cash ledger. In the cash ledger we have already created. This is the cash. So write down the date here. 24th October 2024. In the cash account, cash given in the credit side in the entry. So post in the credit side with the name of opposite side machinery. कितना? 10,000. This is the ledger creation. You have to just basic knowledge ki how to create the ledger. Because nowadays, maximum concern or the most of the concern business organization, business entity record the transaction in only using the software like the Tally and Visy and ERP. So practically in the Tally or Visy or ERP, we need to just only enter the transaction or passing the transaction in form of journal entry day wise. We no need to prepare the ledger. The Tally or Visy automatically create the ledger and prepare the ledger. In the Tally, we just have to enter the journal entry date wise and all the remaining account Tally already created. But for the examination point of view, for the understanding point of view, for the basic concept point of view, how to prepare the ledger, then everyone have the basic knowledge ki how to prepare the ledger, whether you record the transaction on online basis or in using any of the accounting software. Because all the accounting software is, we have already we discussed in the last class, all the accounting software is Gigo. And the Gigo means garbage in and garbage out. If you pass the wrong entry, so definitely Tally create the wrong ledger. Then how to rectify the entry, how to rectify the ledger? If you have the knowledge, then you can easily rectify the ledger. Now, in the scenario of the online transaction or the computerization times, we need to knowledge of basic accounting, mandatory, compulsory. So this is the detail. This is the general. Not very big topic, very small topic in your study material, how to prepare the general. Okay. Now, at the same time, we will discuss the subsidiary book or the general book then. Again. Yeah, कुछ नहीं. यहाँ क्या लिखा है बेटा? Number first is the primary account. Number second is the subdivision of account. अभी just हमने क्या बनाया? आपने देखा परचेज बुक, सेल्स अकाउंट, कैश अकाउंट. तो in the special subsidiary book, in the accounting, if any of the transaction have huge, if any of the entry or if any of the business have the huge transaction of any of the nature, in that case, company create the subsidiary book or the special book for the special purpose of accounting. Suppose company have the thousands of transactions regarding the cash in a month or in a day or in a quarterly or monthly or yearly. So in the manual accounting, this is very tough to record all the transaction in the general book, in the ledger book. Ledger is a book. Just prepare the ledger one by one. So now a time is a computerized time. So you need to prepare the ledger. So if the transaction is very huge, so this is not feasible, this is not possible to record all the ledger in one book. So for easy understanding, for easy point of view, company create the subsidiary book of every element, subsidiary book in which element who have the huge transaction. In case company क्या करती है बेटा, प्रिपेयर करती है आपका कैश बुक, परचेज बुक, सेल्स बुक, sales return book, purchase return book, etc. So all are the subsidiary book or the special book in the accounting. For the examination point of view is important, but the practical point of view, this is not very important because computer automatically prepare the cash book. So we need to prepare the cash book. So these are some subsidiary book. Now, how to prepare the cash book and what type of cash book we can prepare? Now, first my question. Is the cash book and cash account are same? Cash account we will prepare in the ledger book. And cash book is a separate set of ledger book. Due to the huge transaction, this is not feasible possible to record all the transaction in one book. That's why we prepare the another book. This is called the cash book. My question is, this is the interview question. Is the cash book and cash account both are same? The answer is yes. Answer is yes. Why yes? Cash account is a part of the cash book. Cash book is a part of the cash account. Or cash book is also a ledger. Due to the huge transaction, we record the separate, we prepare the separate book. So this is called the cash book. But the cash book and cash account both are same. Price question. Now, how many type of cash book? तो बेटे आपको याद रखना है कैश बुक एंड लेजर बोथ आर सेम. Type of cash book, this is important question for the examination point of view. Number first is a single column cash book. Number first is a single column cash book. Number second is double column cash book. And number third, triple column cash book. ठीक है. What type of cash book we can prepare? Single column cash book, double column cash book, and triple column cash book. Now, what is the single column cash book? In the single column cash book, there is only one column of cash. यहाँ पर अमाउंट में किसका कॉलम होगा? ओनली कैश कॉलम. Now how to prepare the single column cash book? How to prepare the single column cash book? Single column cash book is a book has one amount of column in each side. All cash receipts are recorded on the debit side and all cash payment on the payment side or the credit side. Debit side is payment received and credit side and amount paid. Okay. Or there is only one column of amount and such column is a cash amount. What is the specification of single column cash book? But is same as the ledger. हम लोग क्या बना रहे हैं? कैश बुक. कौन सा कैश बुक? सिंगल कॉलम कैश बुक. This is a specimen of single column cash book. This is also ledger. So column is same. Date, GF number and amount. This is the format of single column cash book. In this column cash book, there is only one column and this column is the cash column. Well, we will record all cash transaction, receipts, if receipts, this is the debit side, this is the credit side. So in the debit side or a payment, so we will record in the credit side. Receipts in debit and payment is credit. ठीक है बेटा? This is the format. This is the specimen of single column cash book. ठीक है? चलिए. बाकी method is same to prepare the cash book, same as prepare the ledger, because ledger and cash book or the purchase book or the sales book all are same. ठीक है? Next is double column cash book. The double column cash book means a book has the double column. In the single column cash book, there is only one column of amount. So that's why this is the single column. Or in the double column cash book, in the amount side, we will record the two type of transaction. So again, double column cash book is further divided into three categories. In the first category, in which one of the column, first category is one of the column is cash and another column is discount. In the second category, one of the column is bank and another column is discount. And number third category, the book have one of the column of cash and another column is bank. Double column cash book have divided into three parts. How many type of double column cash? Three type of double column cash book. Number first, in case of two column, number first column of cash, second column is discount. In the second case, number first column is bank, second column is discount. Or number third case, first column is cash and second column is bank. But the practically cash and bank column cash book is most important concept in comparison to bank and discount column and cash and discount column. Now, I am discussing here how to prepare double column cash book. How many type of method? Total three type of method to prepare a double column cash book. But I am just explaining here the third type of cash book. This is the most important method to prepare the cash book, and this is just only feasible method, the popular method, in which two column is there. One of the column is cash, another column is bank. आपको यही बता रहा हूं. If amount received, then we will transfer the transaction in debit side. In case of payment, so we record in the credit side. If received, then record in the debit side, or if payment, then record in the credit side. Now, suppose some of the transaction is given, and question says, keep just prepare double column cash book. So I am just writing down some of the transaction. Now suppose first transaction on 1st of October 2024. Cash sales rupees 1 lakh. On second transaction 2024, paid for purchase rupees 8,000. On 3rd October 2024, loan taken from us rupees 1 lakh. And 4th October 2024, purchase furniture for rupees 40,000 and paid by net banking. On 4th October 2024, paid electricity bill rupees 4,000 using UPI. और सपोज बट ऐसा लिखा है on 1st of October 2024 the opening balance of cash rupees 40,000 and bank rupees 80,000. Suppose beta opening balance of cash and opening balance of bank is given, and some of the transaction is given related to the bank and related to the cash. Okay. Suppose 5th October 2024, rupees 10,000 received from Karan. Suppose some of the transaction is given. And now we are going to prepare the double column cash book in which one of the column is cash and another column is bank. So but first we have to write down the opening balance as on 1st October 2024. And the opening balance of cash is 40,000 and the closing balance, and the opening balance of bank is rupees 80,000. And this balance directly we are taking from the last month, as on the 30th September 2024. This is the closing balance was 30th September 2024 and this is the opening balance of 1st of October 2024. क्या लिखेंगे बेटा आप? This is the double column cash book. One of the column is cash, another column is bank. सबसे पहले लिखेंगे बेटा date 1st October 2024. टू बैलेंस क्या होता है बेटा? टू बैलेंस BD, and BD means brought down. We brought down the balances from the last month or from the closing date of the last month. So what is the opening balance of cash? 40,000 and the opening balance of bank is rupees 80,000. This means as on 1st October 2024, we have 40,000 rupees in hand as a cash. And in your account, how much you have balance? Rupees 80,000. This means this. This means that. Opening balance means you have the balance of cash 40,000 and the balance in bank rupees 80,000. Now, beta, after this transaction, on 1st October 2024, cash sales rupees 10,000. So, beta, payment received recording in the debit side in the cash book, or payment done, make the payment, we have to record in the credit side in the cash book. So, at the time of sale, you are receiving the cash. So, cash कहाँ लिखा जाएगा बेटा? Debit में. On 1st October 2024. Sorry, with the opposite side name, and opposite side name is sales. ये ना एंट्री क्या बनेगा? Cash account debit to sales. How to record the transaction? At the time of preparation of cash book, so record in debit side in the cash book with the opposite side name because cash balance is debit. So record the transaction at debit side in the cash account with the opposite side name. But in this statement, in this transaction, cash is coming in the business. So now we need to include 10,000 in the cash column. If the transaction related to cash, so we will add we will adjust in cash account or the cash column. Or if the transaction related to bank, so definitely we will enter in the bank column. Next entry. Paid for purchase rupees 8,000. Whenever you paid, so record in the credit side, or whenever you receive, then record in the debit side in the cash book. Here, we made the payment for purchase. So now what will be the entry? Entry will be purchase account debit and to cash. How much? 8,000. Cash account given in the credit side, so we need to record the transaction in the credit side. Here डालेंगे बेटे date. So date is the 2nd of October 2024. यहाँ क्या लिखेंगे? Buy purchase. In which column? Cash column. Because we paid in form of cash. Next transaction. Loan taken from Ajay for rupees 1 lakh. Means cash account debit to Ajay. How much? 1 lakh. So cash is coming in the business. So once cash received, so entered in the debit side. So first write down the date. The 3rd October 2024 with the opposite side name to Mr. Ajay, enter in the cash column rupees 1 lakh. Next. Purchase furniture for rupees 40,000 and paid by net banking. What will be the entry? Entry होगा बेटा furniture account debit to bank. Furniture account debit to bank. So bank given in the credit side, and you are going to make the payment for the purchase of furniture. So whenever you paid, so record in the credit side. Or whenever you receive, so record in the debit side. So we need to record in the credit side with the name of the furniture in bank column. क्या करेंगे बेटे यहाँ पर हम डेट लिखेंगे पहले तो फर्स्ट राइट डाउन द डेट. सो डेट इज द 4th of October. Buy furniture in the bank column. How much? 40,000 because payment is made through net banking. You can, using only cash book, you can find out that in what purpose you have spent the money. If suppose I just read this entry, purchase given in the furniture in the bank column. So what is this transaction? This transaction is basically clear. यहाँ दिख रहा है कि बेटा purchase furniture for rupees 40,000 and paid by bank. This one, purchase given in the credit side and payment is rupees 8,000 paid by cash. This means he purchase goods for rupees 8,000 and make the payment in form of cash. You can already understand the complete accounting using only ledger. Now, next entry, paid electricity bill rupees 4,000 and using UPI. Again, the entry banega electricity bill account debit and to cash, to bank, not cash, because payment made through UPI and a UPI linked with the bank. So that's why the entry is electricity bill account debit to bank. How much? 4,000. So we will record in the credit side, in the cash book, in the bank column with the name of the electricity. क्या लिखेंगे बेटे यहाँ पर हम लोग on date for 5th of October 2024. By electricity bill in the bank column, how much? 4,000 rupees. By using only this transaction in the cash book or double column cash book, you can easily understand this transaction. Okay, this is a transaction regarding the electricity bill paid in form of bank. Now the next entry, the last transaction. 10,000 received from Karan. 10,000 received from Karan. So now the entry is cash account debit to Karan. So cash given in the debit side. So record the transaction in the debit side in the cash column. You can लिखेंगे बेटा. The date is 6th October 2024. लिखेंगे to Karan in the amount column 10,000. Now we have recorded all the transaction in the cash. Now suppose we need to check what will be the closing balance at the end of 6th of October. If you want to check the closing balance monthly, quarterly, day wise, yearly, then how you can check? Now check. इसको बोलते हैं हम लोग बैलेंसिंग ऑफ लेजर. हाउ टू balance at the end of the period, either yearly, half yearly, quarterly, monthly, or daily. If you want to check the closing balance daily, then you can check. Then how much total cash you have? You have the opening balance 40,000 plus 10,000 received after the sale of goods, and 1 lakh received from the Ajay, and the 10,000 received from the Karan. Then how much total cash you have? The total balance of cash you have 160. Out of 160, you paid only rupees 8,000. You paid only rupees 8,000. यहाँ भी क्या लिखेंगे बेटा? 160. Now we will make the balance. यहाँ लिखेंगे by balance CD. $160 minus all the item which is given in the credit side, we will subtract from the total of debit side. Now the remaining balance is 1,52,000. This means we have a cash in the locker, in the safe, on the pockets. Kitna? How much? 1,52,000. This is the balancing of ledger. Then how much total balance of banks? Total balance of bank is 80,000. Out of 80,000, we had made the payment of rupees 44,000 during the year, 40,000 for purchase of furniture and 4,000 for paid electricity bill. So now, what is the balance? 80,000. Now the balance is 36,000, and this is by balance CD. CD means carried down, or BD means brought down. This is the method to prepare double column cash book. Total 3 type of cash book: single column cash book, double column cash book, and triple column cash book. Again, the double column cash book divided into 3 type of cash book, or 3 part of cash book. Number first, one of the column is cash, another column is discount. Number second, one of the column is bank, another column is discount. Or number third type, one of the column of bank, another column of cash. This is the most important method to prepare the double column cash book. And number third case is the triple column cash book. Under the triple column cash book, one of the column is bank, another column is cash, and last column is discount. So we will discuss triple column cash book in next class, as well as how to prepare the subsidiary book. And we will discuss in the next class. Okay. ठीक है बेटा, if you have any problem, then you can ask. Okay, beta, bye.